It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions, and it's all up next.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Detroit Lions. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 50, it's Goff. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Montgomery diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them, and we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I can do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third.
The safety position continues to evolve into a more run defense than in the past. They certainly love to have him drop down and get aggressive in bringing ball carriers down behind the line of scrimmage. Not many bigger stops than that one right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they look to cash in. Excellent field position. 4-yard line, 1st and goal. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set them up with golden field position. They'll run with Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They try again with Montgomery. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I don't think...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Badgley on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Returnable here for Davis. Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They started on the ground with Eckler. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they look to convert the first down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on.
Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
On 4th down, Herbert. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Now Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Goff.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Josh Reynolds for 21 yards away. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something.
Herbert has it knocked free.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Hey, kill.
Now it's gone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Josh Reynolds with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead.
It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it is 28-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Chargers ready to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Flushed out right.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On second down, Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now it's Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now,
and look at this, another fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
And there are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it. And this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it, and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here. And they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. At the 4-yard line.
Gibbs.
will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Badgley on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
There he goes, right side. Davis fighting. He loses the football.
Well, one of the linebackers has got it.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The throw over the middle taken in. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Flush to his right. He shakes it. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
John Kaminsky coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
3rd and goal they decided to throw for, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with.
Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is going to blow up in their faces. Not only do they not get the first, they're going to lose big yardage as well.
Boy, that's asking a lot of your punt team there, and they were not able to deliver.
It's asking an awful lot of the punt team there because if it's 4th and 4, 4th and 3, you got a chance, right? That's a manageable distance to try and pick up when you're running a fake. But when that number's actually been in the weight room and it's pumped up like it was, that's difficult to do, all right? So you might even think to yourself, if I left my offense on the field, would they be able to pick that up? You could run a nice play and not get that distance.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports halftime report. In that first half, it was David Montgomery who proved to be tough to stop. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, into a sea of defenders, have intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebacker.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Badgley able to punch this one through.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And for a 2nd straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
He will push his way down to about the 14. He was brought down by Michael Davis.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater forced out to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. Badgley's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Automatic 1st down.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. It's caught. Mitchell. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down.
That's another incomplete to Mitchell.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Lions have got it on cruise control. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth.
And look at this, another fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. To throw, Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Brock Wright
From 8 yards out.
And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent, and they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Herbert.
That's taken in by Palmer.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
18 more yards there and another 1st down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Give him another one right back to Allen.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
2nd and 5.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Holding offense.
So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 23. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They're looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Go.
Montgomery back to the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.